Good evening, this is that one guy broadcasting from sunny Holland. How do I know it's sunny? Well, because there's a window right over there. You're not gonna see it. My camera will not move over there. See? Anyways. Why am I here and why is this real life? Great question. For complex orbital construction, you need a plan. You could do what my buddy Pep does and do it on the night, but you know, I like thinking ahead. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw some stuff really, really quickly. Then I'm gonna talk to you. Okay, let's go. All right, now what are you looking at? This is a design for a space hotel. Cool stuff. Here's what we've got. A hub, which is what's going to launch first, and it's going to be attached to this part, which I will go ahead and point out to you. And it's going to be launched all by drone. And the reason that we're designing this here is so that we know exactly how much of what we need to put up into space. So I need one hub, one solar plant, 1, 2, 3, 4, because there's going to be another one on the back side of this. I can't draw in 3D on this board, which, you know, whatever, it happens. So now I'm going to have a grand total of 4 different habitation modules, I call them, for our space hotel. It's going to be really cool, and I'm glad we planned this. Now, I'm not actually going to build a cruiser, but I will draw out a plan and show you the basic gist of what this is. I may build the cruiser later in this series. Alright, this is the basic design of my Gecko class cruiser. The gist of what has to happen is this is the bridge, which has mass X, and the lander, which has mass Y. Now, because the direction of travel is going to be that way, all of the mass around the center line of travel, that is, all of the mass around that has to be evenly distributed. Otherwise, it's going to tumble and flip and do terrible things throughout space. The thing of it is, this right here, the bridge, is actually not facing the direction of travel. If the bridge were the direction of travel, it would want to do this. Because for landers, that makes sense. So what you're going to want is an OKTO probe at the front of this thing, on some sort of nose cone or do what you will. I haven't built one of these in 0.19 yet. I might do that later on in the episodes. But hey, let's go ahead and go to the VAB.
Alright, so now we need to go to the VAB, and I'm going to show you the fleet of 3 ships that is eventually going to build the hotel in space. Alright, the first one is what I call the station hub. Now, this is a drone that can connect to this docking port right here. And this is going to be that hub that I mentioned earlier. And because it doesn't have any Kerbals going up with it, that means I'm going to have to keep this as a stabilizer until I get a crew up there, which is going to be probably launch number 3. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and speed up time when I launch this. I'm going to go ahead and put it into a 150 by 150 kilometer orbit. So here we go. We're going to do our pre-flight. 3, 2, 1. Alright, and we have achieved our desired orbit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let me see, figure out which ports are facing north. Alright, this port is facing south, and that's going to be our next target port. We're also going to hit 1 to deploy my solar panels on the drone so I don't run out of power. So let's see, we use Q and E to rotate this into position. And no matter what, this port will always be pointing south, this port will always be pointing north until I readjust all of my systems. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the Space Center. We're going to go ahead and we're going to see where this thing is, because like a doofus, I forgot. Alright, we're going to go back to this. Now, you should remember from my docking tutorial that you want this to be slightly in front of the Space Center when we launch. So we're coming out into the daylight. And I'm going to launch when it's over this little Philippines-y looking peninsula right there. Okay, now we go back to the Space Center. So now I'm going to go ahead and queue up my next rocket, the power plant. And this thing is all solar. It's really... yeah, hooray energy where I'm not going to irradiate the guests. Alright, so this ship is just a tiny bit different. You will notice that instead of a docking port, I actually have a decoupler here because I'm never going to need to attach to it again. So here we go, doing my pre-flight. 3, 2, 1. Have a good time. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set our station hub as our target, and I'm going to go ahead and, as before, when we dock, I'm going to start probing with the maneuver nodes, see if I can't find a point of intersection. Indeed I can't. I'm going to have to wait at least an orbit. Alright, and I'm back. We should be able to see the space station. Excellent, we can. Now, recall that our target node, or our target port, is at heading 180, that is due south. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing the ship around so that the port that I will be docking with is going to be facing 360 or 000, that is due north. And we're just going to get it nice and aligned, like that. And we need to back up a little bit first, and let's see, are we close enough to click on that? We are not. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to move over this way, and as we get closer, we will have to select the target. So that's what's going to happen. I'm going to speed up time so that this happens. Remember, for docking, you use either the docking mode, which I've never liked very much, or you can use the HNIJKL setup, H forward and reverse, I is translate down, K is translate up, L is translate right, J is translate left. Alright, so now we need to do that. Okay, yeah, I'll get back to you. Alright, excellent. Now we can go ahead and hit I'm going to bring that down here, hit space, switchcraft, come off of that, and there we go. We've added a power plant. Not quite straight on, but close enough. And we're going to go ahead and deorbit this craft. That way we don't have it just floating around forever up here. This is my single-use drone, so don't feel too bad for it. It was never going to live past this mission anyways. And there we are. So now we can switch back to this. Our next flight is going to be a mission to man this part right here, and we're going to dock with this port right here. So I will speed that up, and you know what's going on. Cool. Back to the Space Center. Alright, now I've got a couple of options as for getting a crew up there, but the most effective option, I believe, is going to see here. What kind of craft do I have? Helios, Helios, Helios. Is this the one I want? Oh, good gosh. That one would work, but it's way more than I need. Yeah, okay. I officially have no idea what my ship naming system is anymore. Let me see. Lapis. Ah, yeah, alright, we're good. Lapis Maris. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to launch one and go ahead and drop 2 Kerbals off. Oh, hey, look, it's the new animation system. I forgot about that. Ah, that's awesome. Okay. We're going to speed this up until right there. Okay. And pre-flight, you are cleared for launch. 3, 2, 1. The heck was that? Progress. At the cost of some lives, but progress. Yeah, I noticed that on takeoff, and I probably should have done some stuff about it, but I did not. Alright. Remember, kids, if your spacecraft is janking back and forth like that, odds are it's going to blow up like it did. It should solve the problem. Ah, sweet, we have some new Kerbals. Let's see who's the Jeb, who's the Bob, and who's the Bill. 3, 2, 1, launch. They're all pretty chill. And they're all frowning. Alright. Going back to music now. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and decide who gets to be commander. We're going to go ahead and make this guy the commander. Okay. Turn on the suit light. Oh no. Oh no, okay, bounced off stuff. Perhaps I should have waited until the day to do this. Ah, come on. Okay, those solar panels are the ones we don't want to hit. That one guy. Master at docking. Terrible on EVA. There we are. Now, whoa, okay, they're all flipping out. Alright. Let's go ahead, and we have our commander in here. Let's go ahead and throw one more person in. We'll throw Chad in by virtue of he has a normal-ish sounding name. Alright, turn on his suit light. Here we go. There we are. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click this, decouple that node. There we are. That is going to be our primary point of egress, or ingress, I guess. Alright, now let's go ahead and gently do that until we're far enough away. And there we are. It's going to crash back to the ground. Now we get to name this thing. We're going to call it the Space Hotel Aretium. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have these guys undock. Do that. Then I'm going to put up the rest of this hotel, which is going to be habitation modules here, 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 and here. So, yep, we're just going to go ahead and, because you know what I'm doing, we're going to... Whoa, hi. We're going to re-enter the atmosphere, because I want to see the new shader effects for the re-entry. And let's go ahead, and because there is no actual consequence for doing such things as this, we're going to absolutely scorch the crap out of the re-entry. I mean, screaming. Alright, here we go. Now, let's see. That guy should not be a problem. Yep, he just zips right underneath us. And we zip back underneath him. It's go ahead and do this. Decouple that node. Now we've just got the Bell re-entering the atmosphere. Let's see what he sees. It's pretty cool. Come on down into the atmosphere, and you will see that you will burn. Okay, so we shouldn't start seeing anything till around 40,000 or so. Alright, let's see. Oh, goodness. Okay. He's dancing. We're re-entering the Earth, and we're re-entering into the atmosphere in probably the least engineeringly sound way possible. And he's dancing. Still dancing. Oh, now he's concerned. Alright, this is going to be cool, I think. Oh, yep, there it goes. Re-entry heat. Climbing past 1G. Ooh, wow. 2Gs. 3Gs. 4Gs, and our parachutes are on fire. 5Gs, and our parachutes are on fire. Apparently not. Okie dokie then. That was pretty cool with the flaming parachutes and everything, so let's go ahead and just speed this up. Can actually turn off the the SAS. Pro tip, don't let your parachutes on fire. Floop. I thought it was. Thanks, Mel's. And touchdown. Alright. Gonna end that flight. We're gonna go back to the Space Center. And then we're going to go ahead and put the next couple of pieces up into orbit and connect it. is the Space Hotel Arretium. In real time, that took me about 4 hours to put together, just between the launches, the designing the vehicles, and the actual docking. Each flight took roughly 20 to 30 minutes to complete, so these are generally your longer-term projects. Thanks for sticking with me, and thanks for watching. This has been That One Guy. Have a great day.